days of our lives.
Revealing Paul and Andrew's wedding. In the heart of Salem, where the ties of family and the echoes of love bind the community together, a new chapter is unfolding. The sun rises on June 4, 2025, casting a gentle glow over a town that has seen its share of joy and sorrow. For Paul Narita, Christopher Sean, and Andrew Donovan, Colton Little, this day marks the beginning of a journey toward marriage. A journey inspired by the memory of a man who meant the world to them both. John Black, Drake Hodgson, though no longer with them, has left behind a gift that will shape their wedding and touch the hearts of everyone in Salem. This is the story of a love that transcends loss, a celebration that honors a hero, and a town that finds hope in the face of grief. A promise kept. Paul Narita stands in the quiet of his apartment, a photo of John Black resting on the mantel. The image captures John's warm smile, the kind that could light up a room and make anyone feel safe. Paul's heart aches as he traces the frame with his finger, remembering the countless moments they shared, late-night talks, ISA missions, and the unspoken bond of family. John wasn't just a mentor or a father figure, he was a guiding star, always pointing Paul toward what mattered most. Across town, Andrew Donovan is lost in his own thoughts, sitting in Horton Town Square. The bustling heart of Salem feels oddly still today, as if the town itself is mourning. Andrew clutches a letter John wrote him years ago, its words worn from countless readings. John had a way of knowing exactly what to say, of cutting through the noise to find the truth. In that letter, he urged Andrew to seize love when it came, to hold it tight and never let go. Now, as Andrew prepares to marry Paul, those words feel like a command from beyond. John's death, a sacrifice made to save Bo Brady, has left Salem reeling. The loss is raw, a wound that pulses with every mention of his name. But for Paul and Andrew, John's final wish burns brightly. He wanted them to marry, to celebrate their love, and to show the world that joy can rise from even the darkest moments. It's a promise they intend to keep, not just for themselves, but for the man who believed in them. Planning a wedding with heart. The decision to move forward with the wedding wasn't easy. Paul and Andrew spent long nights talking, their voices soft in the glow of candlelight. Should they wait, out of respect for John's passing? Would a celebration feel wrong when so many are grieving? But the more they spoke, the clearer it became. John loved a good party, especially one that brought people together. He wouldn't want them to postpone their happiness. He'd want them to embrace it, to fill Salem with light. The wedding plans take shape with a sense of purpose. Paul, with his practical nature, envisions a simple ceremony, something intimate and true to their roots. Andrew, ever the dreamer, counters with ideas for a grander affair, flowers spilling over every surface, music that lifts the soul, and a guest list that includes every friend and family member who's touched their lives. They compromise, settling on a ceremony in Horton Town Square, a place that holds Salem's history in its cobblestones. It's where John and Marlena renewed their vows, where countless love stories have unfolded, and now, it will be the backdrop for Paul and Andrew's union. Marlena Evans, Deidre Hall, John's widow, is a quiet but powerful presence in the planning. Her grief is a heavy cloak, but she wears it with grace, determined to honor John's memory. When Paul hesitantly asks for her blessing, Marlena's eyes soften. "John loved you both," she says, her voice steady despite the tears. "He'd be so proud." She offers to help, suggesting small touches that reflect John's spirit, a favorite song for the ceremony, a reading from a poem he cherished. Her involvement is a gift, a reminder that John's love lives on in those he left behind. A presence felt as the wedding day approaches. Paul and Andrew find ways to weave John's memory into every detail. They choose a blue color scheme, a nod to John's love of the sea, which always called to his adventurous heart. The invitations feature a subtle anchor motif, symbolizing the strength and stability John brought to their lives. At the reception, a table will hold a single candle, lit in John's honor, its flame a quiet reminder of his enduring presence. Paul's mother, a figure who has been absent from Salem for too long, is invited to the wedding. Her potential return adds a layer of anticipation. Paul hasn't seen her in years, and their relationship is complicated, marked by distance and unspoken regrets. But John always believed in second chances, and Paul hopes his mother will come, if only to see the man he's become. Marlena, who shares a tangled history with Paul's mother, is supportive, ready to welcome her for Paul's sake. It's a testament to Salem's ability to heal old wounds, to find unity in the name of love. The guest list grows, reflecting the deep ties that bind Salem's residents. Hope and Bo Brady, fresh from their own miracle, will be there, their presence a symbol of resilience. Sean and Sierra, still basking in their father's recovery, bring their children, adding a touch of youthful joy. Will Horton and Carrie Brady, reconnecting after years apart, promise to attend, their own stories of love and loss mirroring the day's bittersweet tone. Even strangers, touched by John's legacy, ask to pay their respects, turning the wedding into a community celebration. The day of love, the morning of the wedding, dawns clear and bright, the kind of day John would have loved. Horton Town Square is transformed, with white roses and blue ribbons adorning every corner. A string quartet plays softly, filling the air with melodies that tug at the heart. Paul stands at the altar, his suit impeccable, his hands trembling with nerves and excitement. Andrew, radiant in his own way, takes his place beside him, their eyes locking in a moment of unspoken vows. Marlena, seated in the front row, wears a smile that holds both joy and sorrow. She clutches a small photo of John, tucked into her purse, and feels his presence as strongly as if he were beside her. The officiant, a close family friend, begins the ceremony with words about love's endurance, about how it outlives even the greatest losses. When it's time for the vows, Paul speaks first, his voice steady but thick with emotion. John taught me what it means to love, he says, his eyes never leaving Andrew's. He showed me that love is courage, that it's standing by someone through every storm. I promise to love you like that, Andrew, fiercely, always. Andrew's vows are softer, almost a whisper. John believed in us before we believed in ourselves, he says. He saw something worth fighting for. I promise to fight for you, Paul, every day, with all that I am. The exchange of rings is simple but profound, each band engraved with a tiny anchor, a final tribute to John. As the officiant pronounces them married, the crowd erupts in applause, a wave of love washing over the square. Paul and Andrew share their first kiss as husbands, and for a moment, the weight of grief lifts, replaced by the pure, unfiltered joy of the moment. A celebration for Salem. The reception is held at the Brady Pub, a place John loved for its warmth and history. Tables spill over with food, classic Salem dishes like clam chowder and apple pie, alongside more modern fare. The candle for John burns brightly, its light reflecting in the eyes of every guest. Toasts are made, stories are shared, and laughter mingles with tears. Hope raises a glass to John's heroism, while Bo speaks of his friend's unwavering loyalty. Marlena, in a quiet moment, shares a memory of John's love for dancing, prompting Paul and Andrew to take the floor for their first dance. The music shifts to a song John once hummed during a late-night stakeout, a detail Paul remembered and insisted on including. As they sway, Paul and Andrew feel John's presence, as if he's watching with that proud, knowing smile. The dance floor fills, with young and old joining in, a testament to Salem's ability to find joy in the midst of sorrow. A legacy that endures. As the night draws to a close, Paul and Andrew step outside, the stars above mirroring the candlelight within. They hold hands, their rings glinting in the moonlight, and share a quiet moment of gratitude. John's gift wasn't just the push to marry. It was the reminder that love is a legacy, passed from one heart to another. In Salem, where every day brings new challenges, that legacy is a lifeline, a reason to keep going. For the people of Salem, the wedding is more than a celebration, it's a promise. A promise to honor John's memory by living fully, loving deeply, and holding tight to the bonds that make this town unique. Marlena, watching from the pub's doorway, feels a flicker of hope. The pain of John's loss will never fade, but days like this remind her that love endures, in every smile, every vow, every heartbeat. June 4, 2025, will be remembered in Salem as the day Paul and Andrew said, "I do," the day John's spirit filled Horton Town Square, and the day a town found solace in the power of love. It's a gift that will linger, a beacon of light for all who call Salem home.